Our predictions for the end of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6. It's hard to believe 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6 is already over 2 months in. Season 6 has introduced a diverse group of cast members, each of whom is battling their own obstacles. Shekinah Garner and Sarper Guven are one of two returning couples, along with Statler Riley and Dempsey Wilkinson. Both of these couples have learned more about one another this season, which has led them to question if they're a good fit. On the other hand, Season 6 also features four new couples. James Solis moved to Indonesia for his wife Metalia Tantri Solis, which has proved challenging. To make matters worse, James and Metalia are at a standstill on the matter of having children. Another American who moved abroad for love this season is Josh, who traveled to China for his wife Lily. The pair have good chemistry, but often argue when it comes to money. Over in Iceland, Corona Blakey and Ingi Hilmar are struggling to see eye to eye. Corona wants more from Ingi, who seems more intent on taking things slow. Finally, Joanne Di Jesu flew to Ireland with her two sons and best friend to introduce them to her husband Sean. The only kicker is that she didn't tell them she was married until after they met him. Based on everything that's gone down so far, here are our predictions for the rest of Season 6. Shekinah and Sarper will work through their issues on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. Despite running into a few ups and downs this season, Shekinah and Sarper will probably end up just fine. The couple's most heated arguments started over a vanity, which caused Shekinah to leave Sarper's apartment. After meeting up with Shekinah to apologize, Sarper agreed to go to therapy to help their relationship. Sarper also surprised Shekinah by taking her to a junkyard to smash his infamous liquor bottles. Shekinah explained that the bottles were representative of Sarper's past, so it meant a lot to her that he destroyed them. Furthermore, Sarper also burned his black book, which had a tally for each of the 2,500 women he had slept with. Sarper is taking serious steps to prove himself to Shekinah, which will likely pay off for him. Statler and Dempsey might break up on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. Since Statler arrived in England, she and Dempsey haven't been able to get on the same page. Statler expressed concerns over Dempsey hiding money after she had gone into debt to afford their new van. Dempsey didn't seem to understand where Statler was coming from, which created tension between the two. Problems escalated for the couple when Statler had a panic attack on a ferry ride. Dempsey took it personally and got annoyed that Statler was bringing down the mood. This caused Dempsey to suggest that maybe she and Statler just didn't understand one another at all. Statler, on the other hand, felt hurt that Dempsey would try to end things during a panic attack of all times. Things aren't looking good for Statler and Dempsey right now, and it wouldn't be a surprise if they split by the end of Season 6. James and Metalia will continue fighting, but stay together. James and Metalia have already had a ton of fights this season. First, Metalia felt frustrated with James for lying about bringing their dog Jojo to Indonesia. After James arrived in Indonesia, Metalia felt pressured about having to constantly translate things for him. James, on the other hand, felt stressed over finances. The biggest problem for the couple, however, has been the topic of children. While Metalia is intent on being a mother, James revealed that he was unsure he wanted to have kids. The news devastated Metalia, who was visibly annoyed with James. Despite their many differences, however, it seems like nothing will tear James and Metalia apart. The couple is madly in love, and that probably won't change. Josh will continue adjusting well to life in China on the 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. Out of all the American cast members this season, Josh has had the easiest time transitioning to life abroad. Josh hadn't been to China before moving there, but had no trouble feeling right at home. Between Lily's delicious food and his love of Chinese culture, Josh hasn't exactly been missing America. While Josh and Lily have had a few fights during Season 6, they always resolve them quickly. The couple's relationship isn't in any real danger, and Josh's easy time adjusting to China has certainly helped with that. Josh is having the time of his life with Lily in China, and will likely continue doing so. Corona might leave Iceland. Corona and Ingi have faced several obstacles this season, and their future isn't looking so bright at this point in the season. One of Corona's biggest concerns about moving to Iceland was giving up her spot in a prestigious midwifery program. Corona planned to continue pursuing her dream in Iceland, but has now hit a major roadblock. Courses are only offered in Icelandic, which Corona doesn't speak. Between this and her doubts about Ingi, it's possible that Corona may leave Iceland by the end of the season. Corona is ready to get engaged to Ingi, but it's evident that he isn't there yet. Perhaps Corona will try to get her spot in the US program back before it's too late. Joanne and Sean will make their marriage work on 90 Day Fiancé. The other way, Joanne and Sean were the last couple introduced this season, but their story is one of the most interesting. After meeting through Joanne's psychic medium business, the pair quickly fell in love. In fact, after a few trips to Ireland, Joanne decided to marry Sean on a whim. Neither Joanne nor Sean told their loved ones about the marriage. During season 6, Joanne brought her 2 sons and best friend to meet Sean. They were understandably stunned when Joanne dropped the bomb that they were married. Things got a little awkward, but Joanne's friend eventually congratulated them. Despite this bump in the road, Joanne and Sean's relationship is incredibly strong. It seems like this couple can get through anything, even hiding their marriage from everyone for 2 years.